How's it going, everybody? We got a late video for you, but a really important one. We have a new promo code that's going to be giving you training materials, cores, and gold. There is a huge bug in U32 Stage 1. I'll explain to you how that is working because it is catching people off guard, and I do not believe it is working as intended. And then we have a giant chaotic raid update, which I am actually going to be experiencing for the first time with you. Before we jump into that, though, I am exploring another new player account because I know things have changed dramatically. They're giving a lot of cool team members away for Orcus and Night Stalkers, and with the Vigilante team coming, we have Punishers, one of the first characters you can get. I want to see how that is going to affect the new player experience. So I did go out and grab a sponsorship for Marvel Strike Force via Steam Elements. If you have anybody that wants to play the game, send them my way. I'll make sure I set them up on the right track with all the best information that they have the most success possible. You can download using this link this QR code or the link which will be in the comments and the description below. But for now, let's talk about the current topics for us. First things first, let's go ahead and we'll put in this promo code. You can see what it's going to give us. It's MSF 7 years strong. Caps locks don't really matter. We're going to go ahead and hit redeem on that bad boy. And there you go, guys. 200 cores, 600 L3s. Remember, they got to do L3s because commanders under, I think it's level 60, can't actually get L4s, oddly enough. All right, then it's 2 million gold, so really good stuff. I grabbed on the new player account. Promo codes are going to be big for just jettisoning yourself through the new player experience. It happens really fast. But let's talk about the chaotic raids, because this is going to be kind of the most important topic for most players, and it looks like they did some big changes, and I haven't actually read this yet. Commanders, in our final preparation for the release of the Chaotic Storm Raid, we found a bug that caused us to change both the normal and Omega versions of the raid. And we wanted to let you know before the official release, the changes to each raid are as follows. Chaotic Storm Normal. The final boss nodes are no longer optional. These are the final boss nodes. It's different than your average nodes. If you want to 100% complete the raid, keep in mind that the rewards are tied to the individual node completion and not alliance completion percentage. So getting 100% in this raid is not required for you to get maximum rewards. Chaotic Storm Omega. We have reduced the number of final boss nodes from 8 to 2, and these final boss nodes are no longer optional. For 100% completion of the raids, keep in mind that the rewards for Omega are more tied to alliance completion percentages. Our reasoning for reducing the number of final boss nodes for Omega is that it is unfair to require all 24 members of your alliance to complete the final boss to achieve 100% completion for your chosen difficulty. For both normal and Omega, you will still have the optional boss nodes for each section. We're going to go into the game and we'll talk about this. Please note the information in this blog is subject to change. Okay, I have a couple thoughts. I 100% agree with them that if it's going to be 100% mandatory, the final boss node, then yeah, you shouldn't have 8. At the same time, I do take some issue with this. So let's go ahead and jump over in game. We'll talk about why. All right, so here we are in game, and this is difficulty 15. We'll do a quick preview here, guys. And let me talk about why I do take a little bit of issue with this. So the boss nodes themselves, we're not getting much rewards here. These are the ones you can skip, though. So just so everyone's on the same page, when they say that the regular boss nodes you can skip, that's all these nodes that have the head, right? You can skip over these if you don't want to do them. But the final boss nodes are these 2 Shadow King nodes here. Okay? Sorry, difficulty 5, not difficulty 15. So, these are the nodes that you need to do for 100% completion. All the other head nodes, you can actually just walk by them if you want. My big problem with this is that they put T4s on the final node. I don't think these rewards are very juicy, but I do think that having these rewards tied to T4s does increase sort of an element of competitiveness between alliance mates. I don't super love that. In going through the node itself, look, there's just nothing they can do at this point to make like an Odin, Mephisto, soon to be Null, Apocalypse. They can't do anything to make this interesting enough that somebody can't come in here and solo this. So there's going to be people sniping these nodes because T4s are still valued to a certain extent for a lot of people. Another thing I want to talk about is difficulty 5. You can see the enemies here. We can see the text section. Looks like it's going to be quite easy for Orcus, but we do have some threats. We have like a Black Bolt. There's no Carnage here. We do have some Green Goblins. They can be very, very annoying. This is the Mystic section. The Mystic section looks like absolutely walk in the park. So what I was thinking is kind of confirmed here. Orcus and Night Stalkers are super safe for this raid. Even the boss functions, what it's trying to get you to do here, like reduce the active healing of characters. So in the Orcus team, there's two sources of healing, and they kind of just snowball on you and they don't let you do anything. So I think Mystic and Tech, if you haven't already brought up those two raid teams to level 105, now is definitely the time to do it. I would not wait. I would not wait at all. Also, I do find it interesting that this is Tech or Mystic. Tech or Mystic. I find that very, very interesting how they're both in there, okay? After that, we see the bio section. So can Hive Mind Scroll get through this? They're going to have a really hard time with the scaling of this, especially if this Black Knight is a real Black Knight. I can see this, like, if you get one turn off from these enemies, you could get popped in the face. However, they do look doable. They look doable with certain other bio characters. I think we'll be able to get through it without too much headache. Same with this secondary node here. It looks very, very possible to get through these. It's just the boss node. It looks like it's like, hey, by the way, you're going to need a new team for this. Reduces your active healing. So the good news is, I think we're going to be getting, like, I think 100% completion is on the table for this. I really do. Shadow King blocks our speed bar in the bio section. Since when? What is this? Shadow King Chaos in this mission will act first. Oh, it's not just the boss node? Oh, that's cheesy. That's super cheesy. All right, we'll be looking at other bio characters and maybe some Spider Society and stuff like that. I thought that was only on the boss node. That's super awkward if it's all over the place. That makes no sense. Hold on. That's actually super evil. I'm going to get to test this. We'll have information on this for sure. And when the raids come live tomorrow, maybe we'll have to tunnel down one lane. I thought it was just the boss node. This makes absolutely no sense for Shadow King to be on all of them. The bosses are active on all the nodes? Is that real? What is Jean Grey doing here? Whenever an ally assists, reduces the ratio. So Spider Society would be wrecked here too. That makes absolutely no sense if that's the direction they're going. All right, well, this video took a turn. I don't want to get too upset before we get to U32 because I'm going to be upset on that too. This looks like garbage then. Are we really expected just to do the first 3 nodes and both lanes and then be done? I mean, we're going to have to tunnel. If the boss stuff is active on the nodes, we will have to tunnel. That has... Okay, this has now become the most lame way they've ever power creeped our characters. This actually is the most lame way they have ever power creeped our characters in the history of Marvel Strike Force. Bosses are only active once. Will I first apply second screen, reduce the active healing. This does not apply through speed bar. Shadow Chaos in this mission will act first and apply Psychotic to all players on the side. Why can we sack it? I don't see that this only happens once. Is that in their kits? According to the blog. Let's go back to the blog, I guess. Back to the blog. I'm guessing it's not this blog where we just got all the changes. It's going to be the other blog. So let's go up to updates. I can't find updates. Where are updates? Nope. Nope. All right, you scuffed my video, George. You buried the lead. All right. Let me shrink this back down now. Okay. Bosses only do their thing once. Agents of Chaos. Lurking within the chaotic storms raid from difficulty 3 and above are powerful enemies with special abilities that'll test your squads. The enemies are different for each trade section, so review them below. Please note these effects will apply to the first attempt at a node. This is without a doubt the lamest thing they've ever done. This is without a doubt the lamest thing they've ever done to creep our teams out of existence. So we start with 80 energy. We're going to earn, 12 energy over the course of a day. We'll still be able to get to about 60% until we get the teams. It's just going to suck. So what's the strategy going to be? The strategy is going to be 2 people each taking a lane, right? You buddy with somebody for the bio section. You buddy with somebody for the... No, you span out for the Mystic section. You buddy for the skill. You buddy for mutant. And then you go for the one shot on the boss. Do we have the buddy buddy free? Let's see. Reduce the active healing of this character by 50%. That's all the. That's all this one does. This is our mutant section. So Old Man Logan's still gonna Old Man Logan. We might be able to do the entire mutant section still. They didn't mess with speed bar. We might be able to still do the entire mutant section. I think we can still do the entire mutant section. Yeah, mutants might be okay. So here's what I would suggest, guys, but we'll have more information soon. Buddy Buddy for skill, Buddy Buddy for bio, and then try and do all the other sections. I think that'll be okay. But there are Orcus members. I'm not worried about there being Orcus members because we're going to control them before they get to go. There's no Scientist Supreme on this node. There's no Scientist Supreme on this node. There is an Emma. You're going to want to kill Emma right away because that's going to stop your Old Man Logan's bleed speed stat gain. And again, there's no Emma here. Or sorry, not Emma. Scientist Supreme. I'm not worried about this. I think that, especially with Sunspot getting his charges up, just make sure you don't lose charges to Black Cat there. Make sure you don't lose charges to... No charges are still there. Green Goblin was on a node. Green Goblin here. And you should be fine. Is there Gore? Gore's on the final node. Just make sure you control the Gore before he gets to take a turn. The dangerous part here, I guess, is going to be Kahori one-shotting your Old Man Logan. Oh! Kahori's going to be one-shotting your Old Man Logan on this. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Can Old Man Logan survive this? I guess Forge could revive him. But, yeah. Yeah, that's not super fun. The mutant boss can be done with Mystic. It's mutant and tech. Oh, you can just bring Orcus in on this one. What is with this? This raid is so busted. What is with this? This is so busted. This one is all skill. This one's all bio. This one's mutant or mystic. Mutant or mystic. Skill. Bio. Tech mystic. Tech mystic. What is going on? So Orcus can beat this one. No, it's tech on both sides for me. Interesting. This is definitely new. Change always pisses people off. I'm pissed off already, but maybe it'll be fine. We'll have to wait and see. Let's talk rewards. The rewards look good. All right. The rewards for this look very good. If we can eke out 70%, we're looking at getting 3 of our chosen Gear Tier 20 pieces, as well as nearly an orb. And I think in here there's 6. I think it's 2, 2, and 2. So actually really good rewards for this raid. Can help everyone get Professor X faster. Listen, I'll take the raid for what it is. I'll take it however we can get it, to be honest with you. But now let's switch. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm in an endless loop of clicking buttons. Let's go look at U32, because U32, I think, is a much bigger deal. Because it made me lose. Okay, yes, so it made me lose my first Crucible match because Stage 1 is super duper borked, okay? In Stage 1, you were supposed to get 90% less max health on your Striker characters. The trade-off is, of course, you spawn with Safeguard, you get 5 Death Proof. This room is called Glass Cannon. You're not supposed to be able to bypass this max health. Anyone who wants to fight with me that they actually intended for it to work the way it's working, which I'm about to showcase for you, I just disagree with you. I think you're wrong, and I think you're capping. I think you're full of cap. Stop the cap, okay? Let me erase this. So let's look at the situation. 90% max health is what we're supposed to get, but keep in mind there is a defensive rule that is going to give you 20% more health. All right, we're going to go in here, and I want you guys to see this endgame Thanos' life, all right? And I'm hiding chat because I don't want to deal with the trolls. They were trolling me all night. You should be nice to me. I'm nice to you guys sometimes. Not really. Yeah, we have a love-hate relationship. It's okay. You guys can keep being mean. So what you're going to see here, and we're going to math it out for you guys so everyone understands what's happening in this room, because it will change how you approach this room on the defensive side and on the offensive side. Essentially, the max health that is being lost from our enemies is an absolute lie. So let's go ahead. Let's look at the endgame Thanos here. Check out his stats. He's supposed to have 11.6 million base, and he's at 6.4 million. I don't know if you wanted me to do the math, but let's just do 11,616,218. We're going to times that by 0.1. That'll give you what he's supposed to have, 1.6 minute life. That's what he's supposed to have. So what's actually happening here is he is doing this calculation. He's doing 11,616,218. He is getting 10% of that, but he's getting 20% of his original base health. So he's actually getting that plus 0.2. But there's also a Super Skrull on this node, and Super Skrull's ability in his passive does give allies 25% max health. So if we go back to Thanos, that's going to give him another 0.25. Okay? And that's going to give him an effective health of 6 million, 6.4 million, as you can see is indicated on the screen here. I do not believe this was their intention, but this is how it is working. So striker characters are getting the additional 20% of their base life from the global rules. And any character that comes with a passive, that'll be your Super Skrull, your Apocalypse, your Mephisto, your Black Bolt comes in and does that for Illuminati, right? There's lots of characters that add that on their passive. What I think was supposed to happen here is he should have had those modifiers applied before the room rules, not the global rules, before the room rules taxed it 90%. So what he should have been the case, should have been 11,616,218. And he should have been, what would you do for that? It would be times, and here it would be 1 point. He would get the 20% from the global rules, 25 from Super Skrull. So it'd be 1.45, right? Yeah, 1.45. And that would give you 16,800,000. And then this should have been times by 0.1. I believe this is what the spirit of the room was supposed to be. Endgame Thanos, even with Skrull, even with the global rules, should have only had 1.6 million life. This is why everyone is experiencing horrible things on this node, like what happened to me with this loss. And yes, I am so petty, I had to make an entire video about this bullshit. Because he should not have had 6 million life, he should have had 1 million. And this is why my striker, Lilandra, who did go first, didn't get to strip off that last death proof and get the kill on Thanos. Because instead of hitting for 1 million, she had to hit through 6 million. So the first attack did not get through the death proof on Thanos. And that's why this game is trash. And the arena, the raid stuff caught me off guard. I had no idea what was going on. That looks garbage too. But it looks manageable, right? We'll find the right formula to go in there and tackle those nodes. But lots going on in Marvel Strike Force. And yes, for your new players that may have watched this video all the way to see me just moan and complain at the end, I still love the game. And I'll make sure you love it too. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you like this video, please make sure you leave it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. But for now, stay happy, stay healthy, and have fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.